What if I told you that one of the greatest empires in human history, an empire that controlled continents, commanded unmatched armies, and shaped the world we live in collapsed, partly because of a decision that seems eerily familiar today? A decision so small, so technical, so necessary, according to leaders of the time, that most Romans didn't even notice it happening. Until it was too late. Yes, Rome printed money. And in the end, that single financial trick didn't just weaken the empire, it helped destroy it. But how did Rome end up relying on fake money? Who pushed it? And why are the same warning signs flashing around us again today? Let's dive into a story of power, inflation, desperation, and the ultimate price Rome paid. Set the stage background, key figures, tease twists. In the early days of the Roman Empire, money was simple, solid silver coins called denarii. They were trusted, stable, and backed by real value. But stability never lasts when empires grow hungry. By the 2nd and 3rd centuries, Rome faced pressures nobody expected: massive armies to pay, endless borders to defend, rebellions to crush, and emperors fighting for power. And behind nearly every crisis was a shortage of money. The twist? Rome didn't raise taxes, it didn't cut spending. Instead, it changed the money itself. But not in a way the people would understand until the damage was irreversible. Origins: how the problem started. The trouble began slowly. Emperors like Nero realized they could stretch Rome's wealth by reducing the silver content in coins. Take out a little metal here, a little there, and suddenly you can mint more money without having more silver. It seemed harmless, a clever trick, a temporary fix, but short-term solutions become long-term addictions. Rise: how the money printing accelerated. As Rome entered the crisis of the 3rd century, civil wars, plagues, invasions, the government needed even more money. So emperors debased the currency again and again. And again, the denarius went from nearly pure silver to less than 5% silver. Imagine holding a coin that looked the same but was worth almost nothing. Confidence evaporated. Prices exploded. Rome had invented ancient hyperinflation. Breaking point when the system cracked. By 260 AD, Rome's money was so worthless that soldiers refused payment in coins. Farmers demanded barter instead of currency. Trade slowed. Cities shrank. The government could no longer fund armies that protected the empire. Rome wasn't just broke, it was helpless. Fallout: the consequences. With collapsing money, Rome faced economic paralysis, population decline, loss of trust in government, weaker armies, more invasions from outside tribes. This was the real danger. When money collapses, institutions collapse with it. And Rome, once invincible, became vulnerable. Failed fixes desperation measures. Emperors tried everything: new coins, new taxes, new price controls. Even death penalties for raising prices. Nothing worked, because the problem wasn't the currency. It was the mindset. Rome believed it could cheat math, cheat value, cheat trust. History proved otherwise. Modern parallels: shocking repetition. Today, global debt has crossed $300 trillion. Major economies print money at historic levels. Inflation spikes, then cooling, then spikes again. Every few decades, the same pattern repeats. Governments overspend, gives money, supply expands, gives currency, weakens, gives citizens, pay the price. Rome is not ancient history. Rome is a warning. Closing takeaways. Warning: CTA. 3 takeaways. Money is trust, destroy the system. Short-term fixes become long-term disasters. No empire is too powerful to collapse, especially financially. Final warning: Rome didn't fall overnight. It fell one coin, one decision, one temporary solution at a time. The question is, are we repeating their mistake? Call to action. If this story opened your eyes or challenged what you thought you knew, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. More hidden financial history is coming.